Hello everyone, my name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Good evening. Welcome to DTM Real Talk. And we got the young ones on again, y'all. Okay, this is Paul and Shay. Say hi to the people.
Hi.
Hello.
Awesome. And I just met them like y'all just met them, okay? So tell the good folks how long you guys been married.
We've been married for 12 years.
12 years. Oh, that's a long time. Y'all looking good there.
Thanks.
Okay, and this is Paul, right? Paul, so I'll usually go with the ladies first, but we're going to go with you first. So tell the good folks how y'all met.
So we met at a grocery store. Shealyn worked there, and I applied for a job. And once I got a job, she was my favorite person to bag for.
You married the bagger.
I did.
So Paul, where are you from?
From the same town as Shealyn, a couple streets back, Avondale, Louisiana.
Avondale, Louisiana. Okay, so you guys are from Louisiana as well. Oh, this is going to be real good. I can feel it already. So you were at the grocery store and you applied for a job and you got the job and got a wife along with the job. Let me not stop skipping. Y'all know what to do out there, good folks. Go to the grocery store. So it was just like, she was your favorite person. So what you mean? Talk about that.
She looked good, and she just had just talking to her. She just always was joyful about everything, and I just enjoyed talking to her so much so that they ended up kicking me to the back in the dairy department just to keep me away from her.
Oh Lord, have mercy, Shay. You got that kind of effect on that man. What's you better tell these ladies what's going on here? Okay, he don't talk that much, I can tell. So Shay, tell us how y'all met.
Same way. I had been working there since May, and this was around December. And he came in, and I saw him come in for his application, and I was like, "Oh, he's cute." And so he started working there a couple weeks later, and he was my bag boy, and they would kick him outside to go get baskets because he never wanted to get baskets because he wanted to be my bag boy. He was 16, I was 17, so we were young.
Okay.
And, so we're high school sweethearts. We went to different high schools, but we, enjoyed working together. And then eventually, this was back in December. So by May, he finally asked me to go out. He tried since March, but he waited.
Wait. You was trying to play hard to get on the board.
Yeah, kind of. So we started dating in May of 22nd of 01.
Okay.
So it was 20 years ago.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That y'all started dating.
Yes.
Gotcha. And how long did you date before you got married?
8 long years. Because I wanted to be married.
Now, Paul, did you get down on one knee?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, praise the Lord. You guys out there, y'all hear that? Y'all better come. Paul trying to teach a little something. So
and he asked my parents for approval too. So he did it right.
He did it right. Awesome. Oh, Lord. Okay. So you got married. And could you share a little bit of, wait, I didn't ask you, where you from originally? You
from Avondale.
From Avondale.
Avondale. Okay, you guys have kids?
Yes, 2 of them.
Two children. And how old are they?
I have a 10-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy.
Okay. 10 and 8. Okay. All right. So what's it, let's see. The first year, if you can recall, the first, second, third year. So talk a little bit about that. Did you have to learn much about each other since you had been dating already? Did you
I
learn
mean,
some new things? That's what I should say. Did you learn some new things about each other after you got married?
yes, he realized that we needed 2 tubes of toothpaste in the house.
Wait a minute. Wait, back up.
He's very OCD, and I squeeze from all over, and he has to squeeze from the bottom. So we now have toothpaste in the house.
Okay.
So we learn things about each other. Yes.
Okay. So that's one, toothpaste squeezes. Okay, so let me ask you something, Paul. When you discovered that this toothpaste was all crunched up, would you please tell the good folks how you responded when you first saw that?
Just making the toothpaste right.
I mean, did you say anything to her? Did you go off? Or did you say, well, what's up with this or what?
I don't know if I came out and told her right away like that. I guess I just kind of, would ask once in a while, just like, man, you can't make the toothpaste like from the bottom to the top. Like you just squeeze whatever you want.
He's pretty calm, so he doesn't like fly off the handle or anything.
Okay,
so
that's
he was
good.
like, you know what? I think this is gonna help our marriage. Why don't you just buy an extra toothpaste? So I did.
So y'all actually bought more toothpaste to solve the problem.
Yes.
That's very good. So you had one straight toothpaste and one warped toothpaste in the house.
And it's still like that
Still today.
12 years later.
That's pretty unique that you would see that difference there. It's an aggravation over here and I don't care over here. So let's fix this. You get one that you don't get aggravated by and I get one that I don't care about. That is a good thing.
We have a lot. I think a lot of those in our marriage just because I am kind of OCD and she's just
Whatever.
kind of does her thing. I remember kind of like that's something she did, but I remember at the computer I always have a notebook and I have a pen or a pencil and I use a specific pencil and she would just come in and grab it and use it for something and I'd be like, man, where is my pencil at? And it would just drive me crazy.
Wow. So would you say you got that from your mom or your dad, or do you know?
I don't know. Just
Is your mom that way?
No. I'm pretty like have a plan. I do, one thing at a time,
Yeah.
I'm like this.
You're goal oriented. I see. Yeah, your tunnel vision. Awesome. That's very good. Very good. So could you share with the good folks? No marriage has been 100. So would you share with the good folks? You shared with us one thing that was, a challenge and you fixed it. That was cool, how you fixed it. So share with the good folks within the first 5 years, because I had a couple some time ago, you'll hear them if you haven't heard them already. They were married 5 years and they shared, some of the things that they tunneled through, some of the challenges that they had, but they fixed them right away as well. But they were 5 years. So you guys are 12 years. So this is interesting. Yeah, talk about a couple of things that were challenges maybe.
He works in the oil industry, and so he works shift work, and so I'm not one that enjoyed being home at night by myself.
Right.
And so there's just a fear of mine, and so that was something that I had to work through, fear-based, and realizing that he's not always there to protect me. And so I had to rely on the Lord a lot for that strength during the night because I didn't want to be home by myself at night. And so that was a big. And then a year into marriage, right at a year, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter. And so, and then at that same time, his little sister came to live with us. She was 12 at the time. Yeah, and so we took her in custodial custody of her, and she lived with us. And so that was just at this time we had already had Hannah, so she was right at a year. And so then we had a 1-year-old and a 12-year-old we were raising at the same time. So being brand new parents and then raising a teenager at the same time, not that we had raised this entire time, was a challenge for us. Right. We took her in and homeschooled her at the same time.
Wow.
And so that was just those were a lot of the challenges that we had the first 2 to 3 years of marriage.
Right. So you felt a good bit of pressure coming from the
Yeah.
fact that you had to take care of your child, and then you had to take care of your niece. Is that right? Niece.
Yes.
My
Sister. It was his sister. His sister.
That's still your niece. So,
Well, sister-in-law.
sister-in-law. We don't say sister-in-law, girl. That's sister-in-law.
That's right. Yes, it is.
So you had to take care of your sister-in-law.
Yes,
Right.
and so I mean that can put some strain on our marriage, just like making the decisions for her. I mean, having guidelines and all those things for her, that she went from a home that didn't have any guidelines. And so just like planting those and teaching her about the Lord too, because she was from a lost family. And so, I mean, there was a lot of discussions we had, making sure we were making the right decisions for her and, you know, those kind of things.
So was it ever a time that you felt that maybe, was it ever a time you felt that, well, put it like this, Paul, what kind of help did you give her at that time?
Help to Shealyn.
Yes, for the, yeah.
Just trying to support her through, especially the homeschool part of it. You know, I was working, Shealyn was at home.
Right.
We had taken in my sister, and you know, I mean, the way it played out is, you know, a lot of that responsibility, even just me being the head of the household, was really on Shealyn, because she was home with her
Right.
the whole time, dealing with the situations, you know, in real time, and then having to homeschool her. So, you know, just trying to support my wife through it, you know, just a lot of spending time together praying. We knew the Lord had led us to this, and then trying to not get discouraged, you know, through the difficulties of dealing with, you know, having someone
1-year-old and a 12-year-old. Yeah, I got you.
in addition to your family that you weren't expecting.
Well,
Right.
and then her coming from like a lost family, there was a lot of baggage that came into the home, where my daughter at this point, our daughter at this point, was very at an impressionable age. 1-year-old, they're learning how to talk and say things. And so it was a lot of like challenges on like, hey, don't say that. I don't want Hannah repeating that, or like, hey, that gesture's not good, you know, those kind of things. So it was like reframing the entire relationship with her and us.
Yeah, that is pressure. I feel that already. So you had a little bit of pressure on you from raising 2 children, age limits the way they were, 1 and 12, and you got support from your husband in the way that he just stated that he did. Express some of your feelings at the height of dealing with the pressure at its intensity, at the height of dealing with it, the fact that this is yeah.
Probably anxiety, like making sure we're doing the right thing. The doubt that creeps in, like should we have done this? Why are we doing this? And there was a few families that we had Jordan come and live with. We had a lot of like mission type people that would come stay with us for a month at a time.
Okay.
With Rebecca at home and Hannah at home. And so just making sure that we're doing what's best for our family at the time, because that's the top priority. And then making sure that we're ministering to people outside of the home too. And so just maybe trying to stay in line with the Lord at that time.
Okay. So Paul, let me ask you this. What would you say, what baggage did you bring to the marriage in the very beginning? What baggage do you feel that you brought to your marriage? And then you can answer that question too, Shay, for yourself. Everybody brings some trash.
It's just my background, you know, just growing up kind of in a broken home.
Okay.
And just, you know, I know that was kind of maybe a fear for her that, you know, we'd have a broken home, possibly just because that's where I came from.
Pause right there, because I think I was doing a study on dysfunctional. 70 to 80% of homes are dysfunctional. So broken home could mean something different. It's relative. Broken home to you is different from broken home to me.
Right.
Cite to the people what you're speaking of in terms of a broken home. 1 or 2 things, so they can say, well, okay, that to him was a broken home. Go ahead.
I've got 3 brothers and a sister, all from different mom and dads. I've got multiple father-in-laws. Never really had a father that
Okay.
not stepdad, not father-in-law. Just never had a dad for a long period of time, kind of thing. So that's what I mean by it.
Gotcha. Okay, that was very clear. So, okay, you thought maybe I might bring that to the home, or she thought maybe you might bring that to the home, right? So, did you really think that, Shay, or was that just in his head?
I think it was in his head because, I mean, while we were dating, yes, maybe, because at that time he wasn't saved. But about a year and a half before we got engaged, he was saved. And so I had a lot of trust in him and confidence
Very
that
good.
he could be.
Let me pause you right there. You're talking to a lot of people out there. Some of them have no clue what you mean by he was saved. Talk to the people. What do you mean by that?
He accepted Christ into his life, and the Lord
Ah.
changed his life.
Okay. So go on. So you were pretty sure and confident after that had happened to
Yes.
him that he wouldn't.
Yes, because I saw a lot of, because we knew each other since teenagers, I saw a lot of growth in him
Gotcha.
since that time when he accepted Christ.
Gotcha. Very good. So now for you, what kind of baggage do you think you brought to the marriage?
I think self-conscious or self-confidence. I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. And
Gotcha.
so I think just building my confidence in myself, I guess, would be something that I always felt like I was lacking.
Okay. So that was a little bit of insecurity. Excuse me.
Yes,
A little bit of insecurity.
that's the word I was trying to find.
That's fine. A little bit of insecurity that you felt within yourself, and you thought that
Yeah.
might hinder your marriage in some way.
Yes.
So you felt like in the past, of course, when you first came, that you may have lacked something. What would that something have been?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't think of.
You were just fearful that you were not confident.
Yes.
Okay, nothing in particular. So
No, I can't think of anything in particular.
okay, no problem. So Paul, did you feel that she lacked confidence in anything in the beginning of your marriage?
Yeah, she always, like she said, just kind of doubts herself a little bit, and
Okay.
in a way,
How did you support her for that when you saw that she was doubtful and fearful about that insecurity?
Just being encouraging to her. Still do it today about things that she goes after, just trying to encourage her that she is, she's more than what she thinks she is.
Wow.
And just trying to be that, support for her.
Very good. Very good. Okay, y'all hear that out there? We talking to 12 years on the road. Y'all so beautiful. Okay, very good. Now you cited some of your challenges and how you dealt with it. Let's see where we're gonna go now. Children, you have a boy and a girl at age 8 and, did I get it right? 10?
Yeah.
Talk about that to the good folks. Talk about that. I could see they're the apple of your eye. So just share some of your challenges with raising your children. Children need attention, and sometimes it can get a little frustrating. I have 5. So talk about some of a few challenges that you may have had that you've hurdled through.
Hannah, she was like the perfect sleeper, the perfect first child. She was 18 months old, and we enjoyed having her, and she was, hit all her milestones on time and all that stuff. And then we got pregnant with Eli. She was about 18 months old, and he came, and he was born on Paul's golden birthday on November 28th.
Awesome.
And so he was, 3 weeks early, and he was great and all that stuff. Well, then he was 18 days old, and he contracted RSV.
Okay.
And so
he contracted what?
RSV.
Explain, what is that?
It's a respiratory infection for babies.
Okay.
And so he was hospitalized for about 10 days, and he almost lost his life. And so he was, both of his lungs had collapsed. And he was airlifted from one of the near hospitals over here to a children's hospital in New Orleans. And he pretty much, he almost passed away.
Yeah.
And so we were hit with the fact that we were, laying on by his bed, seeking the Lord, telling the Lord, like, if this is what you have for us, like, we're going to accept it, even though it is the hardest thing that we're praying right now. And so we remember, like, the Lord, I remember hitting a new milestone in our relationship with the Lord as a married couple. And I remember at that time we were struggling with Paul's sister that was living with us, just some of the decisions she was making. I mean, at this point she was 15, something like that. And we remember when he came out of it and beat the odds, the doctor was even astonished by how fast he recovered, because at that time he said he would probably be in the hospital about 3 months. And within 10 days, he was gone. It was a miraculous
Wow.
For what the Lord did in his life. And so I remember coming home from the hospital and just still in awe of what God had done. And like, probably it was all a blur. We remember sitting down with Rebecca and saying at this time, you're either going to move forward with us in where we're going with the Lord, but you're not going to pull us back. Because we were struggling so much with her at that time. And we just knew that the Lord was, because of what he had done in our lives, we were going to continue to move forward with him and just give him our all at that point. And we didn't want to be pulled back by anything from our home that was going to not move forward with us. And so that was a challenge in Eli's life. And I mean, throughout the last 5, he's 8 now, but from year baby to probably 6 or 7, at least once or twice a year we're in the hospital because of his respiratory issues. And so, but again, the Lord continues to keep him healthy. And during this last year, that was a fear of ours with all his respiratory issues, that he would like COVID or, whatever it was. And the Lord has protected his immune system.
Wow. So is it safe to say, I'm listening to you, I'm getting chills right now. Is it safe to say that the challenge or the sickness with your child, God used it actually to draw you all closer together?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's what it sounds like.
And then it's a testimony for a lot of people that we've talked to, like, to be able to let them know, like, we went through challenges. It may be not challenges like relationships.
Sure.
Because I think we have a pretty solid marriage, but like through medical issues, like we have seen the Lord challenge us.
Life, yeah.
Right, exactly. And so, we still, that's like in the Bible where they put rocks as markers in, like the Israelites would put a marker. That is one of our markers in our marriage.
Wow. So, that's awesome. Yeah. So, okay. So God, did a work, you got a marker through your son. So yes. I hear that you guys do communicate quite a bit.
Yes.
So talk about that. What would you say is important, Paul, about communication, listening to your wife and sharing with your wife? Talk about that to the good folks out there.
We communicate really good now. I don't know if we really communicated very well. Like at the beginning of a marriage, it's one of the things.
Let's talk about the beginning, because we'll talk about the end next week. Talk about the beginning.
That's what I was going to say. She's really showed me at the beginning what it means to communicate. A lot of what I knew as communication was, if I'm frustrated, then I just hold it in. And maybe the problem will fix itself. It's something, I've always struggled with. And, I feel like I've come a long way, but still struggle with. Just learning to express to her, my feelings. And then the opposite, like when she says something, like making sure it's something I'm listening to and not just like, okay, you said something, that's great, but actually understanding, hearing like she has an issue or she wants to talk about something. That's kind of both ways on communication, because I was pretty closed, I guess.
Closed, yeah. I got you. So would you say that that is the way a lot of men are, or would you say that would just come from you or in your background? Talk about that.
I think a lot of men are like that, just not really don't communicate well if they do. I know one of the struggles, just being around other men and doing men's groups and things, that it's the listening to what someone has to say, and taking it as a real, suggestion or thought. We just usually just pass it off, like, okay, they said that, that's great, and moving on, and not really understanding what somebody's trying to tell us. It's like, hey, that's a warning sign, but we just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right, then. You guys have walked us through the first 5, 6, 7 years of your marriage, I think. Huh? Is there anything else you want to tell the good folks out there before we come back and talk to them next week?
I think so.
Well, you can tell them what you want to say next week, so they can be looking forward. I have enjoyed your journey, and I'm sure a whole lot of folks out there have too. And we will come back on next week, guys, and take a closer peek into Shay and Paul's marriage and see what they got to tell us. And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. See you next week. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.